right, so now we are down 4 weeks into the season. No longer a quarter of the season at 4 games in. The Browns travel to Minnesota here, looking to go to 3-1. Vikings looking to get back to 500. And then early on for the Browns, and maybe it wasn't looking great. Although these first drive touchdowns, you got to figure the teams had all week to prepare. They've even got most of their first drive scripted. So when a Browns opponent comes out and marches it down the field and scores a touchdown like the Vikings did today, I don't panic too much. In fact, I did a little pregame video and I predicted that both teams would do that. Go down the field, score, 7-7. The game would start from there. And that is almost exactly what happened. The Vikings did their job. Jefferson getting the touchdown, going up 7-0. Then the Browns move it down the field. They do well. Then they get inside the old dreaded red zone. They get in there. They even move it in. They get I think it was like 2nd and goal at one point. They get to 4th and 4. They pass on the field goal. Baker Mayfield gets sacked, making it even worse. I think they were on about, I think it was 4th and goal from the 4. They went for it. They passed on the field goal. Gets sacked, making it even worse. So it's not like you're going to have Minnesota backed all the way up. So about as bad of a start as possible, let Minnesota march it right down the field, and you look like you're taking some momentum back, and then you just completely blow it. The first head-scratching moment of the day, although there were some bright spots, like, 3rd down conversions. I think on two separate occasions they ran the ball with Kareem Hunt on 3rd and rather long. One time I believe it was 3rd and 20. I believe there was another 3rd and 8. One time it was a quick screen pass, actually. The other time it was a run. Converted both of them. So there were some bright spots with the play calling. I guess when you look, I don't know. When it works, it looks great. When it doesn't, you're questioning them like, how the hell was Stefanski ever coach of the year? And there late in the game, my God, there was about a minute and a half or so to go. They moved the ball. The Browns at this point are up. There just wasn't a whole lot. Eventually, the Browns did score there late in the second quarter, made it 7-7. And then on the extra point, Minnesota gets a penalty, moving the ball up. So Cleveland decides, hey, let's go for the 2-point conversion, which they do, going up 8-7. Then some bad clock management, some bad offense allows Cleveland to get the ball back and to get a field goal. So going up 11-7, even though it was only 11-7 at halftime, Cleveland had to feel pretty good about that. Could have been, at best, it probably should have been 7-7. So then eventually we get to nothing really happens in the third quarter. Punts, questionable calls, penalties, everything just a little ugly on both sides. Baker overthrowing guys, pressure on Cousins. Cleveland gets a field goal in the fourth quarter, making it 14-7. Quite a long field goal from Chase McLaughlin, too. 55 yards plus, I believe. He's still perfect on the year. 14-7, but leaving it open for Minnesota to score a touchdown. They got a couple of cracks at it. The Cousins threw an interception on one, looking like the game was over. Then Cleveland just somehow allows Minnesota, only using 2 timeouts, allows Minnesota to get the ball back with over a minute to go. It turned out all good. Minnesota couldn't do nothing even then, So after that first drive, Minnesota had absolutely nothing. And Cleveland really, had some bad, even there at the end, even though it was a crazy call on 3rd and 5, I just felt like, whatever, man, run it. Don't try and don't get too ahead of yourselves here. You've been converting on 3rd down runs, and even if you don't, the clock's going to run. You're going to force them to call the timeout. That whole deal. They throw it downfield to Odell, who had gotten open, and what was kind of a theme of the day, bad pass by Baker. Multiple bad passes on the day by Baker. So hopefully there's nothing physically wrong there. Him putting heat on the ball, that's nothing new, but man, when he tries to put touch on it, it's just as bad. My goodness. And then there was a bad penalty there at the end, but whatever. It turned out not to mean anything. I'm sure some Minnesota fans, there was a pass interference, like an offensive pass interference early in the game that didn't go their way. So that wasn't great. And, overall, Chubb got his 100 yards even on the day. No touchdowns. Kareem Hunt, a touchdown and 69 yards rushing. Nice. And then Higgins was probably the receiver of the day. Only 4 catches, but 62 yards. Several of those catches came at big times. Njoku had a big catch. Odell, while not showing up much in the stats, he did have one nice catch at a big point in the game. Jefferson, in the loss, probably would have been the player of the game. Denzel Ward had a rough day a little bit. I'm sure Denzel made some great plays. It definitely made a great play there late in the game. But Jefferson, 84 yards and a touchdown. Just looked like every time he made a catch, number 21, Ward, was there nearby. Early in the game, that first drive, it was pretty much all him, ending with the touchdown. But they got that a little bit squared away. Cousins, not much going on. You know, I don't know what's up with old Kirk Cousins. Kirk. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in, and boom. I guess we'll see you soon. We got when's the Browns bye week? All right, thanks for watching. Spud, did you make it?